Down, 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 down. Watch out for that train whistle. It's coming up short. Gotta get those trains ready. Light them fires. Load the sandboxes. And attempt to stop any sort of company from taking over your right to rule the rails. That's what we are attempting to do. Aboard! I think the ad is playing along. Oh, I got to get that posted. Forgot about that. Yeah, gotta post that to everybody. I'm hoping hopefully for another big open adventure today. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. All right, looks like the ads are over. I think we can get things started. To the stream mode we are. Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? Alexman here, and welcome back to another edition of Railway Empire 1, the full USA map 100 years edition. Last time in session 1, we started up our railway as Dreamside Railway started off in Baker City. We started up our farms up here, and we got ourselves to Salt Lake City, and eventually got ourselves to Tucson with very mixed results. With how the way to get into the town is held off by a couple of bridges, because our unfortunate neighbor, the Magic Railway, I guess she calls herself, has basically tried to divide into our own region by going into Winnemucca, or Winnemucca right there. Very annoying, which means it kind of blocks off my access to Carson City to a certain degree. But we also started getting into the Parker Farm and getting up here. So that being said, we need to build our ways eastward across the Rocky Mountains. So now we have a sort of a purpose. We have our main line. We're going to have this main line go for the entirety direction of the opposite side. So I feel that we should try to push ourselves. I mean, there is a pass right here over the Rocky Mountains that would take us into Wyoming and get us in here to Miles City and Casper. Or the Miles City would be, was it no, Great Falls, that's in, Montana. I think Miles City and Casper are in, Casper's in Wyoming, to be fair. And Miles City is, I actually know, is it Miles City, Wyoming? I think it is. Let me know down in the chat today. So that's where we're going to try to plan to, because one of our major tasks, folks, is to get to Portland, Maine by 1930 and transport 4,500 people without stopping, which means we're going to have to build a particular thing as such, and we are still trying to get a GO probably of 20,000 passengers. We have to do that by a few more years later. Knowing I didn't know about this earlier, but though the fact is that if we get a yellow check mark, we got it within half the time. If we get a green check mark, we got it good within the time frame. But we try to get this done beforehand. I'm pretty sure we should have had this done by now.
Such a small report can't harm you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it would harm me, you jerk. You numbskulls. Alright. We do need another passenger service to some degree, so we need another town to connect to. And while I think Winnipeg would be our best bet, it's short, and we can essentially build it right here, right before the junction. Because we have a passenger service going across here. Make it across this way. So I think that the lowest part of the line is technically right here. And if we get across, then we can basically make a junction to come right there for. But the fact is we don't have enough money for it, because I think we are still in debt. We are, to a certain degree. But we are kind of making money as we go along. We're making tons of money in progress. So, but in terms of once we get these loans taken care of and everything, we'll be basically making the moolah. Because right now, that's all we can do. And hope for the best that we get more passenger trains on the line. I do want to say about this, though, is I want a maintenance building here. We didn't build one here, but I'm going to have to. Because I feel that, well, this is only passengers only. It is a express service. I think if it can't stop here, I think you... See, here's the thing about this. When it says do not... transport 4,500 passengers without stopping, that means it cannot stop at any station along the way. Except for maintenance buildings. Now, there is something that we do not... I think we have. Yes. We have something called the maintenance station. These things are grandiose. As you can also tell, these maintenance stations, they have water and they have a repair building on standby. And they're 4 rails wide. So what that means is that they can stop there, repair their engines, and get topped off, and it does not count towards a stop. So if you really want to make a major line going from what we have to do from Baker City to Portland, we have to do is basically have our main line pettered with these maintenance stations. Now, also you might be thinking about some of these things called warehouses too, with signaling controls. Yes, these are very useful. I didn't see these earlier, but now we do. So train station signaling controls basically allow all, basically it means we don't have to do any of these, you know, manual controls. Think of these like in Railway Empire 2, where you put down that the signal box any way you short and basically make the contraptions work. This is basically the early version of it. It was just built integrated into one big station in general. So let's see in here. Oh yeah, this is right. This is the yeah. Railway Empire 1 only had the ability to put a maintenance building down and not anything else. That's what makes sense. Alright, well, also, we do have a kind of a unique situation. I believe it is here, I think it is. No, supply tower. No. I think that is a... No, it's not, just the warehouse. What I'm thinking of is basically the maintenance building, but I think we have to accept that. Where are you going? Oh, because I was low on supplies. I did not put a supply tower here. That is not a good sign. We can definitely do that right here. Put 2 water towers in place. So the trains will basically get their power. Now, trains will slow down if they can't do, if they can't go any faster. But Oh, man, they're gonna go slower, aren't they, now, because of the aforementioned stuff and everything. They're going. That's going. Train's gonna go much slower because of operating materials. All right, so we got anywhere on that one. What about my travels here? Popularity is. We could decrease. The travelers are going across to here, to Tucson between there and there. They would do a popularity increase. But there is a way we could put another passenger train down that doesn't go to Salt Lake. It doesn't stop at Salt Lake. It just continues through and goes right to Tucson regardless. And that would make us another passenger line out the door. Let's see what we can do about this. Well, we can't do much of anything because, well, trains are slowed down to snow. So I just don't know why this guy is going up to the Parker farm. Oh, okay, I see where we had the problem here. So, okay, train, you did a done goof. It is doing what it's told. The problem is it's going to Baker City to Parker Farm, and then it's going to Salt Lake, while also carrying its own supply. So that is not what I was intending it for to do. So we're going to have to trash this train and make two separate ones. I hate to do that because now we lose our materials, but fortunately we have to leave the train and this. So, okay. Well, that was a kind of an unfortunate set of events. So Baker goes to there and back. We'll add the Jarvis as our fastest engine. And then we have to add another rail line that goes from Parker Farm to Salt Lake and do it from there. I was trying to reduce costs by having only one train go to go twice, but that apparently did not happen. So, and this one does need to be destroyed as well. Thank you. Now we're gonna get now these farms are gonna get more popular because now we're gonna have the fruits go to each one. See, how much do you have left, farm? You have 1 out of 12. Could buy you for $548,000. But there's like no traffic for it yet. That's not a good sign. Alright, oh, we got some research. So, like I said, we still have a lot of things to do. We need profits from passengers. That should be our main focus. Increased wait times. I'd rather go to here to get these increased passengers. Because these engines right here, yeah, they're great. But the fact is that we're going to be getting a freight train that's 32 miles an hour with better tractive speed. And it'll basically be a lot faster. Then we can go up to here. Instead of taking this 300 route, which is 300, 300, and 100. Or the 200 and this one right here. We can go for 2 here. So we get an introduction to this, the imitation. This one, a threatening denier, reduces the cost of auctions by 5%. I'll take that. And the telegraph station. Travelers will be informed of delays at train station, making them willing to wait just a little bit longer. And the more time they wait, the longer they can actually get through. We can get more passengers on the line, thus increasing our profits. And we're definitely going to need it. We're getting $168,000 a year. We need to get that increased, which means that we need another town. And we're getting money now to Winnemucca now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a small train station because this is going to be a branch line outway. But we have to build it in case we need strength in numbers. So I'm going to build it the opposite of them.
Two stations in one city are definitely not going to compete with each other.
Oh, yes, they are. They're going to definitely compete with each other. But the fact is, Miss Tessa, your name is Tessa. I don't know why your name is Tessa. But all the way across, though, we're going to be able to mix this together. Now, here's going to be the tricky part. Is that we can connect these roads like this. Like so. And then we cross this border over like this. So now what we have here is now kind of like a major junction that we can bring down here. I don't think... I think because we have this right here. This is going to be the branch line to this. Like so. If I recall correctly, we go up here. The train line is going... Let's put our signals in. We have a signal here, and we have a signal going the opposite direction. Like so. And that's going to give us our problem. It is right here. Okay. So what we need to do is make a crossing. We have a crossing go down right here. No, because the trains are going back this direction. So the train is... Okay, hold on. So our trains need to come down this way. So what we need to do is... So we have a connection here that crosses over, but we need another branch line to this. So I think... we should set this up... like here. I think. Let's see. So we got this train corner here. We do need to cross over. I thought we could cross over here, but that's obviously not the case because that train line's having an issue. Like I said, I was trying to make that as close as I could. But things that we're going to have to make this a bit of an interesting because we want to have it go from both sides. I thought we could go this way here, because now our trains are going in opposite directions. So, we have a train coming in here. This one needs to cross over, so we need to be down here. This is the one we have to cross over. And then, we cross over like that. And that should... allow us, because... Oh, that is not... Okay, we need to do one up here and then make it across. Because we need to make sure the opposing line here can get over to the opposite side. Thus, in turn, that any goods work can come down this way. Or we just have a mixed traffic train of passengers and freight go down the express line and go off of here. That's the feeling I'm getting at from here. Luckily, though, we don't have a way to make goods work on the passenger system. We could do this. Pop right here and pop this right there. And then this would have to be a junction here. Let's see, check our signals. So we have to go right into here. So this one would have to go up and up if we wanted to have goods work. What the heck's going on here? You're supposed to go the opposite direction. Like that. That's what you're supposed to do. I don't know why the train's not... Okay, the train is going that way because that's how it's designed. Okay. Got there. After a while, when you build all your railway lines and you're trying to make them all signals and everything, it gets a little complicated. To a certain degree, of course. So we have this one here. Okay, I gotta look back at this again. That's going that way. So we need to have a train line that's going up this way. We need to have... Okay, we need to branch off here. So we branch off here. Like this, I think. And we have this right here. And I believe that shouldn't give us any trouble. Let's see here. In that case... Oh, no. Wrong way, wrong way. Delete. How do I delete one? There we go. We want the opposite direction for this. There we go. We want to make sure that if the lanes go on here, they're going to go the right direction. But when we want to get down to here, though, we want to have the junction to cross over and not have a basic universal in that regard. That way, the trains will go, so the goods trains will come over here, get on the branch line trains, and then come across this way. That way we can make this work. So now we can just come right here, build this out like so. Like that. And so now we've got ourselves a nice little stopping juncture. We can now set up a rail line that goes between Winnemucca and Baker City. It'll be automatic since we don't have a dedicated branch. This is a branch line, so branch lines will only need 2 lines instead of 4. We'll make it automatic so we can grab all the stuff it needs. It's most likely going to grab nothing at the moment because I do not think it's going to have any... Oh, it's getting passengers and meat. Good. There we go. And now that train is off to the runnings. We'll have to put a supply tower down so it gets its own water on its way back. And see, now that we got ourselves... See, the problem about the AI the AI component, they like to build their rails everywhere. Not so much with me. I like having distinct, straight and narrow paths. So it uses the least resistance and it gets through everything. Also, the fact that now we've got another major meats provider, we can plop a meat provider on the line here and just go directly into town. That would be a very useful thing to have. Let's see here. Chapman breeding. You were at 14. You're at $1 million if I want to buy you. That would be really nice to buy this. That means every money that she has to use from using our services would be great. Like I said, we're still in debt of our own. Until we get rid of these loans, we can't do much of anything. So all we can do is set up railway lines of automatics. And thankfully to be automatic, let's see, they'll go to one of the others. They'll do automatic there, and then hopefully, let's see, we can get passengers and mail only for that one, and then that'd be on that side, and then the rail lines can, and then the other one will come from the other side, cross over and get in there, I think. But no, let's make it automatic. But we will tell it to, from both sides, prioritize passengers first. And the connection, oh, there's a reward. If we get ourselves a connection to bonus to here within this time frame, we get that extra cash, which would be really not be a really good idea. Now, here's the thing about this. This game is kind of a little bit of a bug. What we can do is actually cheese the system here. I think in Railway Empire 2, you had to make a train line to this. But I think with this, you can just get the bonus. Then when you're done with it, you just delete your stuff out and get the extra money back. As much as I hate to destroy a town or a connection, it's like, oh, you built a train station. Oh, you destroyed it. What happened? It's like, I need it for the extra moolah. So that is what we do there. And even then, we could potentially just pay off one loan right now. We could. That would be awesome. I think at turn 1 month of this is going to go out. I think if we repay the bond, we pay upon this, we're going to be back to where we were, but that's less interest right now. So that's one loan that we had put in and gone. And means that we can construct a maintenance building here so that our trains can get their stuff. You're going to Baker City. You're bringing meat, passengers, and mail. I do want to say, if you're coming from Baker City, I want you guys to prioritize passengers. I mean, if there's no passengers available, grab anything else. That's what I'm telling you to do. That's what you do when you have these railway lines like this. Is that I'm not telling it to not pick up meat or mail. I'm telling it to basically say, hey, we have a priority of passengers we need to grab. Grab passengers first before you grab anything else. If there's no more passengers, then you can pick up any other goods you need. Well, the question shows that I can't get to any of the other stations. Is there a problem with my signals? Oh, there is. Oh, I didn't realize I could do that. Ooh. I did it on Goof. Okay, I did a done goof on that one because now I need to build a track here. And I believe that we build that up there, it goes up to here, and then this can go up into here into that station, so that also all 4 platforms can be hit by all passenger services. That's fine. And we're good on that front. And we got Salt Lake City to Baker City. That's a goods train. Why are you... Alright, let's see. From Salt Lake City, you're going to head back north. You want to be on that side. But heading back from Baker City, I want you on this line. So here's what you can do also with this. If a train's not going the right direction you want to on which rails, you can set a waypoint after it, because you want to set up, because Salt Lake City is the start. So whatever you have number 3, it's going to go back to what started on as starting point 1. So, oh, we have a headhunter. Headhunters are very good. Headhunters are great. They approach an employee from one of your competitors and selects a position in the characters in advance. I will take... Let's see, Doc Murphy. Well, Tyson Jones may have taken Puffer some from... No, Doc Murphy took some from us, so I'm going to take an engineer from him. Thank you. We have a hired accountant. We have a conductor I'm going to put on. Let's see. What can we do for our trains and how many employees are on there? We have this guy. We could edit the train line here. We don't have a security guard available for us, but we'll have someone available for you. Chaplain is a goods train. That is a mixed traffic. I can put on you. You guys tolerate each other. That's good to know.
Train your own people and leave me alone.
Hey, you stole one from me earlier, so you know what? Feelings mutual, Doc. Alright, what do we got from him? We have an engineer. 8% better efficiency at engineers trains. Yes, please. Alright, let's see what we can do about this. Winnemucca to Baker City. You definitely need an engineer, so I will put this on you. There we go. Sweet! Now we got that in place. Now we're making moolah. Let's see what the passenger price is. $60. We can raise that up to $72. That'll be basically average price. I don't want to bulldoze anything. Alright, so we got Stoker. 20% of that. Yes, please. I'll take that. Let's see, Winnemucca Bay, you definitely need a Stoker. Let's see if anyone likes you. Everyone likes you. Well, at least tolerate you at least, so you're good. Okay. I think that being said, ooh, we got some research. We get ourselves the number 51 Dragon 080, which means it has no front or it doesn't have any bogies or back wheels, but it has 8 driving wheels. That's the whole point about it. 8 driving wheels. Now, it's only meant for freight, but it's good for anything. And it's technically our fastest engine.
A vehicle that stays on the tracks, at least partly.
And it's all back to that. Ooh, it costs $324,000. We're almost there. Come on. There we go. So we replace all of our engines with a faster train service. Now these are freight trains, but they are my fastest trains thus far. So we're going to have to deal with it for the time being. 32 miles an hour may not seem like a fast speed, but frankly, coming from 28, that is a immediate difference. All right, so Winnemucca, what do you need to grow? Obviously, you're not growing much of anything. I could buy you. Let's see. For 427,000, yeah, you're too expensive right now. What do you need? You need everything. Well, I'm pretty sure we could set up a basic line for you. War to Winnemucca. And go from there. And that will set up wood logs. And we'll clone this. And so now we have 2 going that way. So we'll grab the wood and should hopefully grab a lot of things else. Hopefully. Baker City, critical stance.
I'm expecting a formidable report.
Well, I have a formal report, and it's gonna be right up in there. Freelancer gives research tasks to your companies for a hunt for a particular fee. And you get a one-time innovation points reduction of 90 points. Okay, well, here's the thing. If you give 90 points of research, so you have to give up your research points, you could go into negative from this, I believe, but you do get an immediate boost in your revenue. Ooh, there we go. Souvenir freelancer. I will offer my research for this. Means I am in the negative for innovation points, but the fact is that innovation points can come in pretty fast. So that I'll take my innovation points for the sake of getting technically a free loan. Oh, there we go. We have a surveyor. Grayson Cassidy, crafty guy, likes dominant people. And that means detective and bids. It means our accountant does a lot more better now as a person for us. Oh, look how much money we're making in now, buddy. We're making moolah. Moolah beyond measure. Okay, that being said, Winnemucca would love to make its own meat products. It is technically getting meat products by this, but we could make it go into its own ring in that way. Let's see. We cross the Rockies. We could build a Great Falls station. That would basically be the easiest route, as this would be the... Well, I don't think that's much of a hill from right here. It would come down here. It wouldn't go into Casper. Casper's behind a mountain. So our next route would be technically... Oh, we don't need the reindeer. You guys can buy off that all you want. We can get to Miles City from our main line. It doesn't look like it's that rigid of a thing. Like a shy schoolgirl, Japanese isolates itself further. Oh, goodness. I do think if we get to Miles City from our main line junction right here, we had to get around the natives. So that's unfortunate there. But look how much money we're now making. Oh, Salt Lake City is growing to level 4. We can now put something down. Well, I think we need passenger services. So let's see, tourists. A tourist site increases the number of people traveling to the city by 20%. The building must be valid within a valid construction site. The museum would give us increased satisfaction, increasing the city to be stronger overall. But I want a touristic site. Let's see, no, this is transfer stations. So I would love to see the hostile increases satisfaction of passengers who change trains here. Increased satisfaction, which people are going to build here. Oh, man, that's difficult. It's either a tourist site or an inn. I'll put a tourism site for now. Like so right there. So now I'll make people want to come to Salt Lake City even further, which is great. I love it. Even though technically speaking, by this time frame right now, the LDS Mormon pioneers would not even be here at this moment in time. We have to go against that kind of realism to a certain degree. So what if we could build out our rails out to here. We can cross over the mountains like so. Now I want to make sure our grade is normalized because we don't want to have it too expensive. We can go to right here. And that would give us enough room for 4 rails. That would. We can't go any closer than there because of the boundary. So, I guess if we do some groundwork here, with no bridges, will give us to be about 138 grand to build 1 railway line here. I say we do it. I know it feels a little weird to do that, but I feel we can do it. And I want a signaling, I want a train station here. Now, let's see if we can get the large one. I think we can actually increase this one here. Oh, this is a, wait, did I pick up the wrong one? Yeah, that's one. I think I hit the maintenance buildings what I did, because the maintenance buildings can't go into towns. That's what the thing is. But maintenance buildings are built out here. So technically speaking, a train should come out here, probably stop here at this maintenance stop here, or the warehouse. Because warehouses are also like this too. Warehouses will basically just generate stuff in general. You can have these as kind of like a business, as a stopping service for goods and services. They'll just come in here like, oh, they'll select these, and you can plug them in here and they'll automatically fill them. So if you want to have, you know, this as a stopping point and then make another farm here for trains to go into here or something like that, you can. You can have all three of these. I think that's all it is, a big warehouse. Signaling. Oh, these are too far away for me to get into or close. Okay. But that's the thing. Warehouses, again, if you connect them to a farm, it will automatically put in the stuff you need for that particular location. But then you can use the warehouse storage capacity to add something else to the mix. So if you have, like, say, oh, I need to have corn, but I don't want to make more trains to come here, you can have the train just go to the warehouse and then back. You won't get revenue from the train, but you will, but the goods and services will be stacked up. How's it going, QGH to Twitch chat? How's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day and night. My day has been kind of teeter-totter, so to speak. So, if I have a large signal, you know, I will put the small one down for now for the train station, because we can upgrade this thing later, I believe, to get all 4 tracks. We're crossing the Rockies right now, going into Miles City as best we can to this point. Now, these signal stations are a little more costly, but they also do add the automatic rail switching, which I didn't do in the past, but we will be doing these stations from here on out. And so that means we can still have our main line and still have a station that can handle all trains coming in. And unfortunately, we don't have enough money for that railway yet, but we will eventually at some point. Now, I do have a design flaw. At least it's over, and you can now wind down with some Railway Empire. That's right. Because we have to get Dreamside Railway has to get off the ground. 179,000. We're not getting enough passengers. Ooh, that's not good. We might fail this one because we only have 4 years left to get on this one. I wonder why I can't get enough more passengers. Let's see, Tucson, do you have anybody that wants to go to Winnemucca? You do. You have actually have 12% of people want to go that way. Okay, well, if you want to go that way, we can definitely set up something here. Have a dedicated train line to go to you. And since it's only meet to meet, we can just do passengers and local only.
Oh, what do we have here?
Oh,
Looks
you
like
cursed
the
person, you
plans
stole.
from your development department.
Oh, curse you, Magic Railway. I'll send you down the endless woe on this point. This train might not have enough passengers because Tucson hasn't been growing, but we are helping it grow to a certain degree, of course. Let us see. Baker City, you have people that need to go to Tucson automatically by default. You do have a 30% chance of doing so. What I could do is set up another line that goes directly from here to there without stopping. And it will follow the automatic line of the passenger service line. So that being said, we'll have this automatic passengers freight only, and we're going to make sure to prioritize passengers on both fronts. If there's no more passengers, pick up mail. And then we'll add a cheerful guy, so it gives add speed. And we'll put a... Oh, these guys don't like each other.
A little bit of competition never hurt anybody.
Will you stop stealing my people? The nerve. A new applicant surveyor doesn't like you. I like you, but you don't like it, so I'm not going to take you. Alright, there we go, right there. Let's see, there we got that way going. We're getting some money back. We are getting some stoppage over here, but it's all just trains refilling their stations. That's going directly to Tucson. That's a direct line. I think it's a direct line, is it? No, that's the stopping service. We just made this one here. This one is direct. This is a direct one. So we got that front. Okay, we got some research. I guess we can start putting down... I want this one, because this will make us start our passenger services being more of express service than everything else. But in fact, at the same time, though, I don't like express trains. I like mixed traffic for the most part, just because it has the best of both worlds. So, but we need to research this, though, so we can get our guy here.
A wonderful thing?
It is indeed a wonderful thing, I know. It is, Mr. Doc Brown, you. Ooh, and they got trains of galore coming down here to Winnemucca. Winnemucca is growing, though, because of our contribution, not hers. You know, saboteur. Alright, well, they need corn, so we'll set up corn here for Chaplain to here. They will go... Chaplain will start on this side of the line, so we'll go right here. I want this to go up. There we go. I want it to go to Winnemucca. I want this to be on here, and then we want on this line in particular that it crosses over. And then after it gets done with Winnemucca, it's going to take the goods route back home. That's what I want it to do. Alright, go out that way. Add our train. Let's go. And since we got goods and services, I'll put you on to get some extra percent bonus on that. Oh, we have a connection. I'll definitely take it. Thank you. I'll gladly take that connection. And continue existing planning. Oh yeah, we have a railway line here we have to build. Unlike, say, Railway Empire 2, where we can build multiple routes at once. Railway Empire 1, we only have option to build only one train line at a time. Which is very unfortunate, but that's how this game runs. And we're going to do like this right here, and that is a nice connection. I'll take this, though, but I will use this as an exit line. Because then that means our goods traffic from... down near Tucson will most likely use only for corn, and this can be used for breeding. So, that being said, there are signals in here. Like that, and like that. And then we'll put down a water tower. Because we can. And this guy will just set up a train line to here. And get to go on that one. And while that's getting all the meat load and everything, that means the opposing side here will not pick up any meat products. It'll only pick up corn because the meat, the cows, will be sufficient enough. So, see, it has too much meat to use, so it needs to get rid of the meat. Unfortunately, every stop we've got here has unfortunate means of, well, every town has a meat product they're building. So, we're trying to get to Miles City here, hopefully. And now we can use Miles City to, well, unfortunately, this... Hey, do we have a bridge here? Oh, don't tell me I've got a bridge. Oh, we do. Oh, I have to do this. This little doodad. What happened? Well, unfortunately, we built a bridge, sir. I told you specifically to not build a bridge, and you still did. Oh man, Railway Empire 2 makes railway so much easier. It does. Because it allows, because that was like the one thing they showed, like, hey, now you can make rails up beyond 4 or beyond 2, and you're like, hella flippin' Luya. You know, it's like, that's awesome, fantastic. And now we got our signals pop like this, and since we already put signals already from the fall, all we have to do is like this, and now we have stopping signals at every branch down the line. That's good on that front. But we also know that Miles City will need its own grain, and it's not easy enough to get to, so we're going to have to make some sort of trip somewhere around Casper or something to get Miles City its stuff, unless we want to have a very big junction point come here. We could have a way. It's gonna have a lot of trains that are going right through one station for the sake of convenience. But Parker Farm, again, does not have a direct access to Winnemucca in terms of getting the goods and services. We would have to build a bridge across here and then connect over here to the branch line directly just for the Parker Farm in general. Let's see what we got here. We have 106, 97, 110. People are loving this one. We can bring this prices up like there, so we can go that. I know it's going to basically kind of make it more natural. I want these to be even. I want even prices for everything because that would be great. We get that going there. But we can also set up a particular branch. We'll have it to Salt Lake City. And let's see, we've got that showing on the, technically that is the, well, yeah, that is the commuter rail. That's the express line right there. So we'll have to do that, come across there. It's gonna come around here, back to here, and then back to Fourth. We'll make it passengers and mail only for this route. And we'll put this bad boy on, and we'll put an engineer that can give us some speed. And that is all I have for you. Stokers I'm okay with. I have no other people to build with. So we're good on that front. So we'll put a supply tower halfway along the line around right here at the breaker point. That'll be good on that front. Now we have a cotton jig we can get to as well. And Miles City is going to have a lot of stuff to pick up. Oh, we got another research. We have to get one more before we can get our Ren Star, the express trains. Reduce the cost of hiring new personnel. I'll gladly take that. And when we get 900 points, we'll get ourselves our Renaissance, the really big, fast steam locomotive that's meant for express trains. On that front. And then hopefully, well, we're going to be getting a green arrow from this if we actually get this. But that's the thing, is that we need passengers. And I should have said tell it to prioritize passengers. And then we'll set up another one here from Miles City to Baker's. And this is going to be mostly a passenger service route. We prioritize passengers over mail. Because they do count that as different things. We go right there. And then back from Baker City, we come right across here. And go right into there. But also I want Miles City to start this way. Ooh. Okay, we got the waypoints all mixed up here. Okay, hold on. We want this one. Go to Baker City. We wanted to go on to this route right here for waypoint 2. On waypoint 3, we want to make it come back this direction. And then on waypoint 4, we'll make it go back on this route. And there we go. And we have a dragon on us. And that'll set those guys up pronto. And hopefully that'll start getting people to come by. But we'll still need, I think 2 trains will need this here. For this one as well. Set 2 trains on this line. And we've got meat already taken care of in Winnemucca. Winnemucca needs its meat out. It has too much of it. Let's see, Bakers, do you need meat? You technically do, but you are using it at a great degree. I'm surprised that we're not taking... Well, Baker and Salt Lake have been feeding each other, so that's the reason why there's not much of goods traffic going through there. Let's see, you are... Yeah, see, when I'm looking at Baker City, you're getting the meat taken out of, but it's not at a fast rate. The thing I would say is that we would break a branch that goes to a bridge. that crosses over here and goes onto the main line junction this way. I mean, it's going to be a bridge regardless. Well, technically speaking... Oh, wait, we got here. Make a bonus to Casper. Casper, huh? We can definitely cheese that so hard.
Not bad. Not bad.
I know it's not bad, because I'm going to cheese this. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you for the extra money. I love the free loans. I love the free loans. All right, we got this. We'll get our
Just
Ren
look
Star.
at this fancy new valve timer. Magnificent.
Sweet. And now we can set up all of our passenger trains. So let's set up our passenger trains. Let's see. You are a passenger service, so we're going to be changing you out for a Ren Star. And we're getting some refund out of it too. Not bad. Winnemucca, you are a mixed traffic, so I can't use you. You are particularly a passenger service, so I will essentially change you up to a Ren Star. Let's see, you are Tuscan. You are a passenger service only. Yes, you are. So we'll change your train up to the Ren Star as well. And let's see, Captain Dreamside Railway record hits 44 miles an hour.
This record, but the next one belongs to me.
No, it won't. I will eventually say, look at that. Now we're making the moolah. Look at that. We're up to $1 million. We're almost back to where we started from, folks. We're almost there. Baker City, you're a freight line, so I'll keep you on that. Miles Baker to City. You are a passenger service, so I will change you up to a that as well. And let's see, you are, oh yeah, these two were also both passengers. So I'm going to move you to this. There we go. On that front, those trains are now going to be loaded up with fast trains. Booyah! Look at that train go! See, Salt Lake to Baker Farm. You were a freight only, so I'm not going to change you. Salt Lake to Baker. You are a only freight only. Okay, that seems fair. Winnemucca to Salt Lake. Oh, did I ever add one? Well, here we go. We'll add you there. Oh yeah, we can actually buy off our loan now. We can do that now right off the bat. Pay that bad boy off. Now we're making the moolah! So this is how I kind of basically play my markets. Okay, to be fair, there is this called the stock market that you can basically potentially buy in and sell out. I kind of feel this is kind of not useful to a certain degree. For me, it's basically saying, hey, you know, you should just expand as fast as you can and then go after like the let's see, I need a conductor. From you, please. Thank you. Mediator. Mediator identifies objects in auction and subsequently reduces the price. I'll definitely take that offer. A reporter? Oh yeah, Tracy John. Oh, you know what? You, Jonathan Johnson. You hit me, I hit you. Alongside you, I'm going to make sure Doc, see, Treasure Jones gets their train station of Tucson hit. There we go. That should do some damage to the rest of the people. And this one needs our people, so I'll put you on. I'll put a conductor on, which does better for increased profit from transportation of mail.
Another tinkerer pushing the limits of what's possible.
Indeed. 51 miles an hour! Heck yeah! We're making bank, folks. We're making...
Thank goodness. One moron less.
Oh, you took it there. Oh, discipline? Oh, I was hoping for passengers. Dang it. I was hoping for a passenger one.
Ah, nothing more than a little stress test for my engineers.
A saboteur? Yeah, well, now your station's doomed. You can't basically accept anything for a good few moments. Alright, so if we want to get this going, We did it! We got it, lads. We got that green mark. Now, it's not yellow, it's green because we didn't get it within half the time. But that means we have like at least 30 years before we have to transport that freight into the cars in the towns. So that's pretty good. We have at least 30 years to get that done. But that 1846 one, oh boy, that was close. Now, here's the thing. Transport loads of cattle to towns. That means we have to get our farms that have cattle and drive them to town. So we can't have, you know, the train businesses taking them, you know, not do it ourselves. We have to do it by rail. We have to connect 30 rail stations. That is basically farms, villages, everything else that matter. That's not towns. That's stations that have next to farms. That's what that counts towards. Transport total 7,000 passengers. We've already about a tenth of the way there by over 10,000. We're about to bass out the 1918 one there, 440 people to our railway network. We're already halfway there. My biggest worry is this one. This 1931. I'm not sure about how good that's going to be. Telegraph lines successfully tested. Pigeon breeders fear fall in profits. The first telegraph line has been tested in the United States between Washington and Baltimore under the leadership of inventor artist Samuel Morse. The scheduled race between the carrier pigeon, lightning bolt, and the electronic line was close but decisive. Enthusiastic proponents are already celebrating pigeon guano-free message delivery via Morse code. And Bigfoot was spotted somewhere. Make note of that. Bigfoot was found somewhere. Alright, so here's the thing I'm going to have to do. If I want to get Winnemucca to, say, Miles, I will have to build a bridge across here and across the Parker farm. This is what we'll have to do. We'll have to do this. And it will have to connect into here like this. It's not the best thing I'm not imagining, though. That is not the best. It has 14% grade. We'll have to make a really big, high bridge on this. But if we get this bridge across, that means we can potentially, since we already have this kind of set up. No, we don't. Okay. Let's see. Let's build up this because we want to have Winnemucca to Miles because that would increase our profits even further. We do have enough. I could do that and try to get the aforementioned, at least have a decent link to it. But again, the bridge sucks. I hate bridges. Just because of this alone. It says it's 13% grade. That makes no sense of what this is. This is not 13%. I mean, we can go right here. I'm not sure if this counts towards the farm, but that's the thing about this. If I go out like this, I have 5%. Okay, that's better. I just now have to move this down a ways so that the junction doesn't hit the water tower. But this would be our direct line into it. And then I would have to make another connection here. Like a cross one here and one up here and down here. So that this farm can get access to this line here. And just in turn can get ourselves to the farm, to the Miles City. That would be the only way of crossing that. I like that. We'll build this up like so. Like that. And then we have to make sure we have our direct... Actually, you know what? We could do this. There is something we can do. Now, this is something I try somewhat often. And that is try to connect these roads into here. That's what I try to do. At least by a certain point that these will work. I was hoping it would work. Come on, baby. I know you like me. I know you do. Go like this. And go like this. And then this one will go... It doesn't like that. It does not like that in the slash. Okay. I kind of actually did this in Railway Empire 1, I think, to Railway Empire 2 to a certain degree. I did that. Can I not build there? Yeah, I can. Go like that right there. And then this comes up like this. When we get these distinctive lines here, we have this. Let's see, we go... Let's see, you go... That's going to be its own line. We go like this right here. And that's going to give me a problem. Okay. We don't need that then. Let's see. Get signals down. Because this will be kind of like... What I need is this. Yeah, that's what I said. I need this right here. This is not a single spot right here. But... Unfortunately, we're going to have to put a signal right here. To make trains stop so that the trains that are coming down here into this side... Coming from this side here to want to go to Winnemucca, we'll have to come up here to the Baker Farm, up through the bridge, and cross over there. It's not the most perfect route, I assure you, but at the same time, that is quite the effectiveness. Let's see here. Ooh, promoter. I will gladly take that. Promoters are awesome. We'll utilize in all cities, and they'll attract a great number of new citizens advertised for the next 6 months. If they utilize the city as a declining city, the promoter will be less effective. I will definitely put that. And I will tell it to basically be in Baker City. You can tell it to go to any town you want, but you want to do one specifically to the town you own. We'll set up a railway line between Winnemucca and here. And it's going to set up perfectly. See? Look at that. Perfect lineup. That is awesome. I guess we could make it automatic. That means it would have to be passenger service. Sure, why not? We'll set the freight train on that line. And we'll get the meat out and about. And that way, Winnemucca can finally use up its meat that's been going for quite some time. And it looks like we're getting some busy work. So it's only better if we upgrade this station. And then we gotta work on fixing some tray lines. So hold on a second, folks. I know, conflicting railway lines. I'm aware. I am fully aware of the decision. We go like that right there. So we're gonna have to build up our railway lines out this way a bit. And then it has to connect into here. It's not going to like it, now is it? Yes, it is. You're gonna like it, game. One way ship. And here comes the aforementioned problem with Railway Empire 1. It's like, nope. You don't like it? You're going to have to build out the railway lines better. And we're going to do a little bit of this. Because now we got 4. See, technically speaking, if I had built this beforehand with the aforementioned automatic signals in, I wouldn't have to have this problem. But I didn't because I didn't have the money. But now, and here's the problem with Railway Empire 1, yet again rearing its ugly head. It deletes tracks when it wants to. No! Railway Empire 1, why you do that? You broke my line. You broke it. That's not fair. You're not supposed to break stuff. And I will do this then. I want to... No. I don't want you to break. Let's see. Come out right here. I did wish there was a way to upgrade the station to signaled, but there is not that option in this game. Basically, every station in Railway Empire 2 becomes a signal station regardless. Because that's what you have to do to set out that for. Railway Empire 1, on the other hand, no. Okay, well, if that's the case, we're just going to make this a normal station here. 2 platforms for 2. The other 2 are going to be strictly just for this. Feels like that's a waste right now, but I feel if we could just get that to work. All I have to do is just do, is this right here. Like that. Hope that doesn't break. Yay! It didn't break it! Yay! Cool. That means I can use all 4 platforms with no problem whatsoever. You get your supply tower back. And we have this right here because I made that section pretty well. And now that train can now do its stuff. Heck yeah. And we'll have this one go the opposite direction. And this one will go the opposite direction. Come on, game. Don't you dare do that to me. I want it to go the opposite direction. There we go. And we'll put a signal stop right there so the trains can bypass when they need to. There we go from there. Cool. And that's going to be a big train. A big, long... Baker City is now the biggest city. Dreamside Railway is key hauler. Baker City is not only the biggest city of the bunch, but it's also the first city in the region to reach a population of 90,000. Since some life in the city is easier and safer than life out of the countryside, more and more people are being drawn to these growing metropolises. And thanks to the railroad, these well-connected cities are also able to successfully cover the steep increase in their needs. And somehow, nowhere in other news, robber gives away gun. Large-scale theft is apparently stressful. When Jimmy Smith entered the Union Bank in Kansas City to rob it, he took a bag and a gun with him. Instead of the bag, he gave the cashier his weapon. When he realized what he had done, he ran away. He's like, dang it, no! That was not supposed to happen! So here's what we're going to do for this. Now we're going to make this type of a niche connection as well. Now, this is not necessarily we have to do, but I'm doing it anyway so that we can get our passengers off of the goods traffic and onto an actual to the outside branch, like so. And that's right, Baker City is now at level 3, basically now almost max level at this point. And let's see, is it full of stuff? Let's see. It has a lot of goods. It's not making much this. 7.1 on this. Not much of the cloth, because we're not getting that much in store. But that's okay, though. That means the better. What do we build? What's the thing we should put down here? Well, there is something we can do. We do have lumber.
What bad luck.
Oh, curse you, Tracy Jones. Nobody cares for you. Tracy Jones, you. So, we have an issue upon us. What place do we want to put down? Now, we need to do something that we can potentially get very easily. Yes, I could put down a dairy farm, but since we don't have much of a dairy farm nearby, it'd be a waste of a slot. So, the only thing I can see is basically shortcutting Salt Lake City by basically having our own tailor. That way, any stuff we're making is basically being brought out here as well and then being sent out. That would be the best option. Other option would be sawmills, because we already have a direct line of wood going into town, so a sawmill would be the best option as well. Meat means absolutely nothing to us because we already have a ton of meat thanks to Salt Lake and also to Winnemucca, so we don't need that. So I think our best option, honestly, technically, is sawmills. Distilleries are hard to get to because we don't have sugar available to us. The only closest thing we have for sugar is not in our actual region, oddly enough. It's actually our first instance of sugar is over here near Miles. So, unless we do that, that would basically be a hurt on us because that means Baker Farms would have to pick up the piece. Unless we put Baker Farm with a warehouse. Actually, no, it wouldn't be a warehouse. It would be... We would have to change the Parker Farm building into a warehouse so that we can store our the farm's fruit and then put sugar there. That's how you use the warehouses. So, honestly, I think by all intents and purposes, a sawmill would be our best bet because we have wood and we've got a direct line to it. So I'm going to put a sawmill down. And I'm going to make it harder for anyone to try to build a station nearby me, like so. And so now we own all 3 industries. But obviously we're having some issues keeping up with the demand of grains and whatnot. Does that mean grains is not doing enough here? It is. We're just not getting enough trains to it. Interesting. Was our train? Okay, there we go. Research. We have the versatile. Okay, here's a kind of a mixed bag on our instance here. If we have the Tyson 10-wheeler, we can basically make our goods trains run a little bit better with a slightly less traction, but versatile, a little bit more speed. That's the thing about that. So no one's gonna buy that. I'll get the Tyson 10-wheeler.
Technological progress, so wonderful.
Because if we want to get our trains up to the max and faster speed, especially the purple one, which is our kind of our best engine, because it's not only that's 41 miles an hour, it has mixed traffic, which means it would replace this by default. So I'll say we'll replace our current stock of dragons to the Tyson 10-wheeler. Pittsburgh turns its back. Reporter grievances. Steel Empire is not having an easy time with the citizens of Pittsburgh these days. With the volume of mail in decline, it's been a series of revelations exposing safety hazards and poor working conditions. Although none of this has been confirmed, the people of Pittsburgh have lost their appetite for stations and trains for the time being, says the Time Report. Stay tuned for when another paper comes released.
Never forget, the sword is mightier than the pen.
And kind of realizing why the gun was more popular than the sword. I would love to see that game come by. Pen, sword, gun. That game did not work out as in favor, I imagine, I swear. Unfortunate. Oh, no. What did I do that for? No, game. Come on, don't you do that to me. You're going to Miles of Salt Lake City. You're doing the work the best you can. So Miles City, you definitely need your grains. You do need corn, wood, meat, which you're now getting. I could set up a goods line for bakers and they could get their goods from there. There's a lot of trains coming out of bakers though. So that's the thing about that. Tyson's up to level 3 and they're making paper, which needs logs to do it. So. Alright, well, I think by all intents and purposes, train instructions. Increase profit thread by mail. I'll tell you to try to buy it. Doc, stop doing that. Thank you. I'll take the train instructions. It's one research we don't have to use our points on.
Look out. I've still got an ace or two up my sleeve.
And thanks to our mediator, we got it for half price. Perfect. That's a nice little train whistle. Alright. Miles City, we do need our maintenance building here. I did not put one down. Alright, you are a goods train, aren't you? You're going to Winnemucca, going to Miles City. Oh, you're an automatic line. So yeah, you're stuck on that side. That's right. Train. We're going to replace all the dragons with this. There we go. Money is retorted into our pockets and everything is good to go. So here's the thing. There's grain here that we can put on our goods line for and get to Great Falls that way. But there is wood over here too. There's a lot of wood over here actually. Pretty good, pretty decent wood size. Let's see. No one bothered to go into Denver. No one wants to be in Denver. Oh, Bakersfield is going down. We'll be missing sugar, milk, vegetables. Lumber's coming in a nice pick. Yeah, because see the thing is now we have a lot of stuff we need to keep the city bigger and better. So we have a lot of stuff we need to grab there. I'm surprised that we're not getting a lot of the stuff from bakers. I want to see, what is your priority? Okay, your priority. We're going to make sure you're on all fronts. On that one. I know I have a second one. Dreamside Railway leaves them all behind. Value of the company now reaches $11 million. $11,804,445. With this, the renowned railroad company is continuing its success story unabated. Alexman has proven that he knows exactly which routes are lucrative and what continuously have been pressed on with the expansion of his network. This also includes constantly developing a company, recruiting good personnel, and responding to increased demand with brand new railway lines. And another unfortunate news, some mother in Houston has forgotten her child. And probably most likely been abducted by aliens. Stay tuned for the next time we report. Anyway. Let's see. Baker City. You have wood. Let's see, here's going to be the problem now. Wardlock in the Baker City is going to need at least a lot more trains now. So I'm thinking we get to add 2 more trains to this. That's going to strictly on the left side. Hopefully that'll stick to the railway line for it. And that Bakers will definitely keep using that wood because they have to use all the wood they can get for their troubles. Let's see here. Research is available to us. Bonus program. Increase the experience each person receives by 5%. Yes, please. You may not know this, folks, but your employees, the longer you have them working for you, also indeed level up. So as you can see, as these guys are all like level 1s, they will level up to at least to level 5, I believe, in terms of max usage, as long as they're using them properly and they're getting the best stuff out of it. So I'm going to get all of our applicants. And let's put on some of these good trains on bigger runs. Longer runs, I want to have those trains on, so let's get here. You need some personnel. Well, I think we'll put a stoker on you. I'll put a maintenance guy on you and a conductor. There we go, for you right there. Don't have anyone else, unfortunately. That's fine. So our popularity is going to be increasing. Now when we get here, okay, so here's our next issue. Is trying to cross into Chicago or Indianapolis or Toledo. Those are going to be towns we're not going to get into. Pittsburgh is going to be probably the next main town we get into. And that's going to be fantastic. So let us see about... We can upgrade you to 4 lanes. There we go on that front. Let's see here. Baker City. Ah!
I'm expecting a formidable report.
You're just jealous. Jealous. Let's see. We could connect to Casper too. But there is a big mountain our way for connecting to those lines in general. There is a spot right here, right beyond Miles, that we can get to here from. But that's not easy to get around to, so we have a mountain to get around. So, let's see, what are our tasks? We're almost up on freight. We have almost the deploying 48 trains. Cattle is getting there. We just need to connect to the railroad towns. Stations up. More research. We can get our Rogers American.
Just look at this fancy new valve timer. Magnificent.
I know, right? Valve timer is amazing. We're going to replace all of the Ryan stairs with this. There we go. So our trains are slightly faster. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking right now. We need combos. And we have a station here we get. My biggest concern is that we should start making instances of getting big warehouses and such with signaling controls. Because this means we get they're so close. That's the thing about it. They're so close, but yet so far. Because warehouses, they don't count as warehouses, I believe, do not count as stops either. But again, I really wish I had a bit more bigger influence so I can grab the logs and this at the same time, but I can't do that. Would love to have that, because that'd be nice, because that would basically get me, you know, starting to get things going here. I could get the wood going. That would be, I'm pretty sure if I want to continue on with the line for our main line, this would be the way to do it, is to get sugar and wood as a constant site into the station, and then somehow make a branch line for the meat factory. That would be my best bet. That way we have sugar and logs on standby. Because we're going to have to make this a station anyway to get to Bismarck's right there. But that's not technically a station. I would love to keep this as well. Because I wanted to... So here's the thing. This is what I'm thinking. Bismarck is probably going to need a lot of stuff that Baker's is using. And so if we have a train that just goes out to here, would be great. But at the same time... So this is where we're going to get the difficulty is going to kick in, is that we do need a warehouse, but at the same time we will need is a station, a maintenance building, regardless of such. And I'm pretty sure if we're going to have a train that's going to go from Bakersfield to Portland, I need to set it up correctly. I would imagine, if anything, that the next station, I would say a maintenance station, would most likely be placed between Bismarck and Sioux Falls. That would be the biggest bet right there, because we're not gonna have a train that's gonna stop. So there's the question that. So, but the warehouse would be nice to have too, just for the sake of having resources tied to it. And then we can, and then, by technicality, I do not know if you add a warehouse with materials that's not connected to it, it will not add to it. The district signal control enables trains to go through with no problem. Connected warehouses, connected product site can store the product goods automatically. And see, that means I can do like technically speaking, like all this right here, this is good for a warehouse because then we can store our goods and services and also have that signal connection as we need to for Casper. That'd be good for that front. Man, I'm so conflicted because here's what I'm thinking. Again, this is what I'm thinking, folks. Since we have to get to Portland, Maine, eventually at some point, the main focus is to have a maintenance building that's halfway across the United States. That's really means we gotta put it right here. But I have to connect to Bismarck first. But then, I do need ways to make sure we get materials, and if we want to set things up for future-proofing it, stuff like, say, fruits, you know, this and here, we can have this connected. The trains can go back and forth, store stuff up, and go back. I'm going to do it here for logs and the sugar. For the warehouse. So when we do this, we can have automatically for, let's see, sugar. And see, sugar is already placed there. And we can tell it to have it max 99 of the stuff in there. And I'll put down lumber. Where happened to my lumber? What happened to my lumber? Salt Lake's dwindling. No, it should not be doing that. There we go. What's going on with Salt Lake? Salt Lake is not getting its resources. It needs a lot of stuff. Well, that's why we're getting the warehouse started up here first and foremost. We're getting the warehouse set up. We're going to get the goods lines going. And then by that logic alone, we can have the goods of this here go into here and have no problem with it. Alright, so let's get our signals up and running. We have this one going left, so go like this one. It goes like that. It goes down like there. It goes out like that. We'll put our water tower down in the center there. And now, since we got this, we got goods coming in regardless. And I think we could buy this. Yes, we can. I'm going to buy this sugar plantation. And that way, any sugar developers we get from here will be us and our profits only.
No wonder. Nobody wanted to fight.
And you know what? Since we don't have this one available to us, we're going to buy this one too. We're going to buy both of these things. Own them. We're going to own some businesses, dang it. Again, there are sometimes when you play this game that you will have to buy businesses over.
You can certainly make good use of that.
Oh, you know I will. Because I'm going to increase this by about to level 2 for both sides here. Oh, that's 400. But see, this guy's going to store stuff anyway, so technically speaking, we can set up a line here. From warehouse 1. And over to here. Now, the unfortunate measure is it's going to set up on the route I don't want. So we want to have it on this route here, 1. I want to set up on the goods line because I don't want passengers being hindered by slower trains. And the only reason it's going to be hindered is a little bit is right here at the cross junction. So it's going to cross over here and go onto the main line and up to here. And it's going to come back from Salt Lake and it's going to go follow its own direct line back to here. That's what we did. Automatic. Baker City leaves tax on bananas. In the last, today is the time report. Baker City, April 26, 1846. In the last few days, the people of Baker City voted Dreamside Railway best carrier in letters and parcels category. Over the coming 10 weeks, the railway company will be pleased to note improved revenues from mail transport. Alexman, the general manager of Dreamside Railway, told this newspaper that everything possible would be done to continue to relieve the honest people of their money. In other news, the cowboy myth is still on the loose. More later on at the next report of timely reports. Thank you. All right. Now, warehouse. So we're going to set up our Tyson 10-wheeler on the dock for this. I'm going to put a stalker on there. And this is a goods system. So I'm going to put this guy on right there. Now, you can put conductors on...
What's the problem? Too long intervals between maintenance, poor quality fuel, incompetent staff?
Oh, Doc, well, you would love that, wouldn't you? I'm going to sell this. This is going to be the sugar logs. The sugar log house. That's what we're going to call this. So that's where you guys can ask in chat, too, as well. If you want to name a building of some kind, using the rewards in Twitch, you can do that as well. The Oregon Tree has been agreed upon. Time report. Access to Pacific secured. But there is no railways there yet. Dang it. kind of a hit on the ball there. Oh, security guard. Yeah. Do that and another stoker. Should I assign the only staff to be hired and assigned to your trains automatically? Yes, please. Thank you. Now, that's a big problem on certain occasions because some trains may not like each other. But the game, I think, is pretty good at trying to keep that in check. Research is available to us. We have our purple trains, the Rogers Moogle, the 260. That means it has two, it has two front wheels. This is to help guide the train, but 6 power wheels. So that's what it means. So if you know about why these trains have like different numbering systems, that's the reason why.
Fancy new valve timer. Magnificent.
So like say like the Rensselaer 440, there's 4 sets of wheels for the dolly for the front truck. There, see on the front of the train there. But then there's also 4 driving wheels, and no tenders for that. So that's what you get there. So you have like say the Rogers American 440, you have the 460. You know, that's how that train system works out in that regard. Route New Memphis. No, I'm good. But we have a new train. The Rogers Moogle. It's very unfortunate. We may have to put that with all of our trains. I think that train is stronger than the Rogers American. Oh, it's not. Okay, the Rogers American is faster for our express services. So all the rest of the trains, that means we just put in for this, is going to replace the Tyson 10-wheelers. There we go on that front. Alright, so now we got the Sugar Log House. We got that connected. We've bought in these two businesses all the way across. And that means that any business we get from these guys now will generate revenue. Now we get $13,000 from just using the logs alone here. Let's see, Miles, you need logs. And quite frankly, we have a train line that can do it. Oh, he's doing some insider logging. Look at him. Just look at him. Look what he's doing. What? He's using his own business to make more money, delivering his own product to towns. That's called business, sir. There's no difference in that. I'll put this on here. And it's also this Sugar House logs to Miles City. This guy's special ability allows prevents bandit attacks on trains, which it can happen with saboteurs. But also, it increases a 5% increase in freight prices, making us more money on top of money that's already there. But we need Miles City. This goods work here would be over here. I mean, let's see. We can get to Bismarck now with the money we're generating. I really wish I could have gotten this here to here, which means this train would connect to this. And no, there is a way of getting around it if you really want to. You could hook up another warehouse. You could. That has sugar and this. And connect into here. That's what you could do. Unless you want that to happen. Let's see. Trains are getting stopped. I mean, we could get stuff from Casper here, all 3 businesses from here in a large station, and then connect all 3 to here. So that means it would go into Casper proper as a branch line, but also at the same time, the branch line would end right here with coal, freight, or vegetables and grains that constantly could be placed in here so that trains could pick this up without having to make a huge branch line around. That would be the best case scenario on that front. New research available to us. The caboose, our first. Oh, here we go. So here's some things we haven't touched on is the rail cars. So we can have a refrigerator car. It does take up 1 slot on your train. But what it does, it'll basically, if any food you may have that's transported by goods can have a little bit more profit to your profit margins. But I like to use this though, the caboose. I like these ones because it basically increases the bonuses of all employees and basically makes the employees run better. But you need to put those on your trains. So we go up to here, the one that has the most balance. This guy does not have a security guard, which we didn't need to at this point in time. But we put rail cars on. We have the caboose. Bonus of employees are up by 20%. And so if that case happens, that means the speed's going to get better and the personnel are going to get a lot more happier. So, and look, you guys are already level 4, which means well, it initially was like 5% for the stoker at times, is now up to 9%. So, the more experience, the more stuff you get, the more money you're making out of this. And see, now the caboose also takes up a slot. So again, you get less profit off the train, but at the same time, you're still making more money because you're making the employees run better, trains are running faster, longer, and harder. That's the kicker there. So that being said, man, we're making some money. Can we even... You're at level 3, aren't you? We almost have enough money to buy our cabins here. We can buy the logging. Yes, please. I will buy this. Yes. Let me. Give me.
You won? No wonder. Nobody wanted to fight.
Oh, because I wanted it, and now I own it. So I can expand it anytime I wish, and I get all the profits for delivering it and using it. Booyah! Take that! Winnemucca, why are you failing so badly? That's why. You ain't getting your sugar. Or your logs, for that matter, either. I don't have the money for that, but I will take it, though, if I can buy it. No, Trisha Jones. We will stop that. That is mine. Curse you, Doc Murphy. Dang it, I can't buy it anymore if they take it over again. Keep it there. Yes.
I wanted that, but go ahead. There will surely be another opportunity.
I don't care. I don't care if I'm in the hole. I'm making bank all the way across. I don't care. I'm not out of money, but at the same time, though, I have another research I didn't have to use any of my points for. That means we can now move forward with either getting a new engine. I want these, though. Increasing our passengers per city, the leaf spring suspensions. I want this because that means it keeps more people at the stations and also makes the journey a lot easier. Then we have to... See, the fact is that we have so many freight trains that we're never going to use these. Because our next station, our next train engine we're going to be using is going to be the Ino 440 as well as the Brooks Mughal 260. So, and then the Reno is going to be our express service train and then some. And then we got more freight trains. I do wish there was a bit... I think they fixed it in Railway Empire 2. I'm not completely sure. Is that the engines were a lot easier to manage. And a random breakdown. There is a building that we can build, I think. It's not a factory. No, I thought there was. No, it's not. Okay. I think there's a building that we researched, and I think it's a maintenance. I think it's not maintenance building, but it's like a signal box. Bismarck. Well, we're definitely going there, but we don't have the money. We could. If we, oh, we have a research. Research a go. We have 100 to get this, but I need to save up my points, though. I want to get the 200 here. I want to make sure our customers, okay, because again, we're focusing mostly on passenger safety, just for that logic alone. Also, this would be useful too. The sanding rails. The target use of sand to drive wheels reduce consumption, reduces the consumption of water, sand, and lubricant by 10%. Because, to much of many people's dismay, trains do have some wheel slip. They do. We'll assign them to normal trains, and we'll see how it goes from there. All right. Now we're going to put down the signaling control station here for Bismarck as well. And we're going to try to get this in a spot where the train line is not going to be a hindrance. Because we have to cross a bridge, unfortunately.
A new station? Well, good luck with it.
Oh, I'll have good luck with it. I'll tell you what, because I can make all the money. I just have to get $46,000. Which I can easily make, pretty easily, all things considered. They're all like, what is he doing? What is Dreamside doing? Dreamside is trying to get to Portland, Maine by any means necessary. Oh, there's our bonus. That's right, because we connect to it. See, that's the thing about this, is that this can be, the connection thing is a little broken. Again, I've said this before, is that at points in time, is that all you have to do to get those connection bonuses is just put the station down and connect it to your railway line. Then you can delete the station and get more stuff back from it. It's cheapy, it's cheaty, I know, but at the same time, though, the game does not penalize you for basically doing it. Let's say if the game allows you to do it, do it. I have no problem with it. And since we already have signal stations here, we don't have to build anything out here. We have to just put our signals down, sure, to make sure our trains go in the right directions. But we don't have to worry about anything else. See, like that right there. Now, I know this is kind of obvious to what I'm doing, but I guess I have 4 rails. 2 trains are going in one direction, 2 trains are going in the other, and so I can keep passengers and freight traffic separate as best I can do. There we go. And Bismarck needs, that means we're definitely going to, you know what? Man, Casper, I really wish I could connect to you. I really wish I could. But you're just in a spot where I just can't use you. But passengers are urgent. But I do need a station, not a warehouse, but just a signaling station out here. That I can grab all 3 of these at once in case I need coal for anything else. And if I do that, I have to make a Casper I could make Casper a normal station like this, have its signals, and then I can connect the large station over here for them, and then I can have Casper be a branch line into the station, come to here, so that all the goods systems from these things here can be deposited into here, and keep it on tow so that trains out here on the main line can grab it and basically pull it anywhere else. That is what I'm going to have to do. It's not the most elegant solution, but it is a solution I'm going to have to use. And besides, Casper would be a nice town to go to in case if people want to, you know, enjoy the festivities and whatnot. That means we're also going to have to make a junction over here too as well. And I think, why can't I just do it from here to here? Because of space. That's the unfortunate measure. I know it's not the most elegant, I'm aware, but at the same time, this will be kind of like a branch. And it's going to be, Casper's going to be good for its goods and services, but then it's limited in its geographical location. Just because the logs right there are not in the best spot. We have this as our own business that we own, so... And most likely I'm going to try to own these businesses here too, so I get the profit off of the farms. And then we'll have to make a connection off of Casper that goes down here and goes into Denver. Also, the fact that this is where milk is too, so we do need to add milk to the warehouse. And since we already have 2 out of the 6 slots used, I'm thinking the major stuff that the towns are going to use is consumable stuff, like foods mostly. So that's probably going to be, you know, vegetables, grain, milk, corn, and potentially meat products as well. So that is what I'm kind of going to referring this to as. And this is going to be a, and again, this is a branch, so we'll do this to here, this to here, and then we'll connect this guy up to here. We want to do, okay, so here's the, okay, this is a little bit tricky how to get this to work. Because sometimes, Railway Empire 2 improved this a lot, honestly, I think. But also at the same time, it also has its problems. Then you need to have this to come up to here. And then this, and then, actually, no, wait. I don't need this piece. Because this is so close to our signal station, we don't need that. There you go. You see? You have to realize what you can do here. I said, I could have this. You know what? I will not put these on here for the branch line because this is our passenger train. But since it's so close to Miles City, that I'm not going to worry about that, because that's an automatic signaling station, and we can set them on our way in the right direction that way as well. See, that's a good thing of having the signaling stations as a default, because that way you can just don't have to worry about making those manual transitions anywhere. And I'm going to set this up. The sugar log house is going to have this in place. It is going to have, I could put corn down, because corn is also very useful to have. But it also needs vegetables. I'm not worried about that. I can just have it go from a farm. Milk would be... Oh, okay. And we can remove these anytime we wish to make changes later. We don't have to make this decision now. But I'm going to put his corn and I'm going to put milk down. And so trains will come here and basically grab corn, grab the milk, and bring it over here once we have kind of directions into it. This is a goods train. We can just have the beat come from one way to the other. You are just me, aren't you? No, you're beer. You are definitely beer. I could not even have this. But at the same time, it wouldn't be bad to have it. Because that is connecting a signal station train to 3 businesses. I don't have $3,000 just yet to connect all 3 of those. And then Casper will be connected directly into that, and it'll be good to go from there. And then Bismarck will get all, and then we'll have our stuff going as much as we can out of here, and that'll be it for that. Oh, the snowstorm hit us hard here. Good gravy. What happened here? It's a lot of snow. It is a lot of snow. It's a bunch of annoyance what it is. A lot of snow. A lot of annoyances. But this means about Miles City will also get bigger as well, so... So we have $200 from Baker's to there. 106 to Salt Lake. 218 to here. Salt Lake, are you declining? Salt Lake, you're back to 3. You're not getting your logs. You know? As much as I hate to say that this is a further away distance than this is, I can tell you right now, this right here is bogged down by all these trains going to woods here. So maybe if we took out the train logs here for this train and move them over here, it is longer distance, sure, true, but I think Salt Lake will like it because that means it's more dedicated stuff, and also it also, oh god, now we have backups. We've got a lot of stuff here. Oh, they're getting the wood. Okay, we'll be fine. Granted, we could put a second station down in Salt Lake City that could be strictly just exclusively for goods work. Now, they kind of circumvented this in Railway Empire 2 by allowing you to have about, say, 8 lanes of traffic for every station. So, how are we doing? We're about 2,000 in. Oh, here comes the big games. Here comes the big workers. Now the companies are now annoyed by me. Because, look at this. Doc Murphy's the only one that's really in fear for me. But one of our objectives is to buy 27% of Jonathan Johnson's company. Which is this guy right here. Now, if we want to buy shares, you have to go at his company value. And again, the higher his value is, the more it's going to be expensive. So, like, say if I want to buy Doc Murphy's, each one costs $124,000. So our stock, I believe, it doesn't tell me. Oh yeah, number one share is 141,000. So if Doc Murphy wants to keep buying stock from us, he has to pay $141,000 right now, and he owns 3% of my company. If you buy 51 shares of a company, you own that company, which means that you could potentially do a merge, which means you could absorb the company with its current railway lines and engines and staff and keep them there, or basically just scrap it all together, take the money and run. You could do that if you want to. So, okay, here we go. Now we got this in play. I will now put the signaling large station here. Actually, I could do it for 2. But this station's going to be big for a lot of things. I could do this. And I get all 3, and I guess I can have them for later.
People no longer have to haul their goods, and you earn some money in the process. Isn't that splendid?
It is, because I'm going to buy this estate. So I know grain's going to be more popular than ever. Buying it at level 1 is the best option for you right now, Doc Brown. Or Doc Murphy.
You were lucky no one else placed a bid.
You're lucky no one placed a bid. Yeah, darn right it is. Yahoo! Oh yeah, Luigi's now happier than ever. I've got grains. I can now make some beer. Yeah, beer. Yahoo! Oh, don't you know it? Luigi always knows what's going on. Okay, why are you... Winnemucca, you are just not making meat altogether, are you? You are private owned, and you could be bought. That would be nice to have a meat product on our station, which we can upgrade it and do things. Which means you are still at level 1. You're overproduced. I could take this train out in favor of money, of saving some money. But this train is not suitable. Gold finds in California, but nobody's there. I will do Winnemucca to Bismarck. And that will be an automatic line between there and there, and I'll get its meat going. I want to make sure its meat products being used. And then Bismarck will most likely prioritize beer, if it has any. But if not, it'll be automatic. It doesn't have any beer, though. Probably it does. You know what? And I will make sure that's freight only. So maybe stuck this on the freight bit. I don't have no reason for that. So we're going from Winnemucca. We go to here. No, that's the wrong line. Okay, that there. I push it over there, and then back from Bismarck, we'll come over here. Oh, that is the goods work. Oh, what am I doing? That is the goods slide. That's the goods work. I don't need that. Okay, we'll just make it automatic. But we'll prioritize the meats first. Ah, Lopez breeding near San Antonio. The Lopez family has got in touch with you. Their rural business is currently experiencing kind of an unfortunate venture. They need an investor. Would you like to take over their business? This is a free business. Well, it's not free. It's an auction-free business. So, it is having hardships. No one's out there using their stock. But, what's good about this, though, however, is that at some point or other, if a railway company is down there and they take the Lopez breeding as their own, they try to use it or something like that, and if that money comes in, that's free money for you. So, that's the thing about this. I will take it over. Just because, hey, you know what? It's a cheap business, and I'll have it. Now, my question is I want to take over this, or the cornfields for that matter. If I could take both of these companies, means we're making Moola Bank over against Magic Railway, and Magic Railway will have no chance but to basically just keep using that, but we get the benefits. I will put this down. We'll put a security guard down for the that. Oh, we have new security guards in play. Cool. We'll take the security guards. And I will put this one down because why not? Let's see. Winnemucca is having issues. Why can't I... Where is you? Why can't I put you on? I can put you on rail 3. Rail 4 I can't go on. Huh. Oh, because I didn't put one there. That's the point. Okay. No, I did do that. So there's an issue with the signals. Weird. But you know what? If I can use 3, that's fine. I'd rather have this one guy here, be the 4th line here and get the meat out. But we are having sort of an issue here. I could take the station out in favor of a new one with the signal box in. And now the Miller family's got in touch with me. Sure, I'll buy their business. Why not? Why can't I connect to you? Oh, that's for this, isn't it? Yeah, that's what that is. Okay, we'll put that down. I will put down... I don't know why I can't do this. I'll put this right here. Come on. Why don't you like me? It's 2 different heights. Yep, that's what that is. Yeah, if I can't build anything on a particular line, I mean it's they're built at 2 different heights. That's okay though. We'll keep it that way for now. Engine slowed because of snow, and also the fact that there are only 3 stations here. You know what we'll do? Oh, I can't do that. Oh, that sucks. Here's the problem. Oh, wait a minute. No. We can get away with this. Warehouse. Hello, Mr. Warehouse. So here's the thing about this. I know it's very late in the game right now, and we're almost out of the end of the stream, but here's a tip for you guys for playing the first game here. Now, every town can only have 2 mainline stations in it. But there is a way to getting around this. As such, as you may well recall, that there is a warehouse that can connect this. Now, to be fair, you do, I think, this can circumvent the railway line, I want to say. But a warehouse can initially, again before, can automatically hold a goods that's coming from it. Now, if it's holding it right here, Winnemucca can also benefit from it. Because see, now it's getting 10. It's in 10 and 9 right now. So kind of make this feel like this is kind of like a magic railroad in the game. Basically a phantom railroad. That now that, since this office has got the warehouse here, you should connect it just because, you know, obligation-wise, in case you want to use it for other purposes later on. But for the sake, though, that since this warehouse is already collecting goods and everything, Winnemucca is already getting cattle at a tremendous rate now.
Invest a little in your train's reliability.
Ooh, promoter? Sure, I'll take a promoter. Now the question is which one I want to use. Salt Lake is dwindled. The Miles City would benefit from it, I think. But I do need to benefit Salt Lake. Salt Lake is dwindling, though. Because I don't have its goods. I don't need its... It has no logs, no sugar, no nothing. And this thing is not producing enough. It is level 1. I need 400,000 to upgrade this thing to better. So I can get more goods and services built out for it. 800 for you. 400 for you. I'm going to upgrade this. So we can start using more of its stuff. So... Because Winnemucca is now... it's now out of its meat industry. It ran out very fast. It is using 7.2 stock every single time.
Ah, free and independent journalism. A cornerstone of our nation.
And so, I think by all intents and technicalities, we can just do this. We can just take this. We can, you know what we'll do? We'll replace this. We can replace this. So, we'll get... you, Franklin Breeding, I'm going to take you off. I'm going to turn the train off, prepare my railway back. Because here's what we're going to do. I know it's at the very end of our session tonight, but I want to make sure we can get 4 railway lines here and done some. So I want to get 4 trains here. So I want to have all platforms available to me. And it'll make this farm go into here. And that way we can just have that as our main focus. And I think that we can just get away with this and like this right here. This right here. And like this go right here, I think. Yeah. Because then I can have... Oh, that's why we can't get access to that one, because that one has a... Okay. We're gonna fix this. I could delete this, replace the station back, and get a... You know what? We can do that, I think. There's not very many stations coming from Winnemucca to other places, and if we have to, we can just reestablish them, I think. So I'd rather just take this out and replace it with our signal station line that we can put down. But, same time, though, we'll just do this real quick. Yeah, I know. We're just gonna fix this up a bit here. We'll do that. We'll come right here for this one. It'll come right here, and then it'll come down to this. So we build up enough laneway for this. Now for our signals, I want to look at a single look and what we got here for signals. So it's 2 forward, it's 2, and a middle. So 5 connections we need. 5 connections in this middle spot right here. We can do that. That means it's 5 X's. We can do that. It's not perfect, but we can definitely do this. And since this station is getting a lot more popular, so to speak, it's only fair that we get ourselves some more population trains. We'll put our own signaling down. You can do this as kind of way of a cheaper way to make your automatic signals, but again, at the same time, it's a little more finicky when you're trying to get it all down. Then, this could be reinstated back to here, I think. I want to say yes. Yes, we can. Perfect. I want to say this would technically work, but... if we connect this together and get goods from here on, because it automatically gets it, so I would imagine that is the only way to get some goods in. I want to go to Winnemucca here. Because you're getting meat up the wazoo, because you're just getting tons of meat now, and I'm not giving you any traveling time. And this thing is going bonkers. We're getting enough people, 4.8 monthly, going into here. 0 plus 33. It's automatically getting served, while at the same time the town's serving it. I will keep this for now, and see how it continues, if it runs out of meat or not. But until then, we're going to keep things here. We're going to do a slight recap, folks, for those of wondering, for those joining in and chatting up with us here. Today, we reestablished ourselves with Winnemucca. We also got ourselves into Miles City and Bismarck here, or Bismarck. And because we are future-proofing our railway lines up to the wazoo, so that we can eventually make our mainline junction from Baker to Portland, Maine, eventually at some point. And also, we got ourselves Casper, getting its branch line started. It's not fully finished yet, but we will do that next time. But also, Salt Lake has dwindled. Baker City became the first city to go over 90,000 population. That's good. And our money, and our loans have been paid back. So we are now free on loans. And we are the most profitable company in the region. And then afterwards, we'll get some more research points in. I will just prioritize to get... I'll probably put these railways down as much as I can, so we can get our faster engines on the dock. And then we'll go from there. So that being said, we'll save our game here to the YouTube, Twitch, USA full map. We'll save that right there. And then we'll get to our in-screen theater. And I will save it one more time. Oh yeah, also the fact that we also got the basically 3 of our tasks done and then some, so we're good on that front. For those watching tonight, thank you for watching. Always appreciate it. If you like what you see, you like the voice and the commentary, always please leave a like and a follow and a subscribe to the YouTube channel for more great content, stream archives, shorts, as well as the multi-stream era of stuff here for both Twitch and YouTube. Thus of the city skylines, the Railway Empire, Outbound that we finished up a little while back, and we also have Open Guesser. That is tomorrow. Indeed, Open Guesser tomorrow. And hopefully for the best, we get ourselves into maybe Tennessee, Florida, hopefully. I don't know. It's been a good hot minute to get into Florida. We haven't gotten there yet. We will get there eventually at some point or another, so bear in mind of that. Also, folks, if you do like my content, I really appreciate it for the subscribe. It would be really nice to help out. And also, don't be a stranger. I can chat with anybody on any comment. I read every comment that will come to me, and I will reply accordingly as needed. Has being said, Friday will also be our the YouTube stream or the Twitch recording, YouTube recording of Immortals Phoenix Rising. We are in the end game of the original game. Because again, I'm going to complete the main game. And then eventually at some point, I will get back with the DLC of a New God DLC. I was going to do it right afterwards, but I want to finish Immortals and get to another game as soon as I can. Because again, it's getting long-winded. It's kind of dead on the channel right now at the moment. I don't want to say that personally too much, but I do want to say that I'm very passionate about that game, and I like playing it. So I hope you guys to enjoy what is considered to be the Ubisoft of the Wild. It'd be really appreciated to watch the entire... Yeah, the entire game has been kind of played with audio issues, but I finally got to a point where I can now get PC audio quality, as well as my mic is loud enough for it. So we're all set up there to get to the end game, because we're on Kings Mountain in Immortals Phoenix Rising. We're going to be there. Done deal. Hopefully, I want to say hopefully we finish the main game tomorrow on Friday. I don't know, because we're just climbing the mountain, because we've done everything else. All the rest of the minor side quests that we've done in Immortals Phoenix Rising is completed. The DLC ones, the inventor, our dearest inventor is done. Nike's quest is done. And all the rest of the minor of all the 4 gods we saved, their quests are done. So all is left is to basically to scale the mountain, find the Giron. That's what we're fighting. Finding our brother. Find out what the heck's going on. And then it's time to fight Typhon. Yeah, that's it. We just have to climb the mountain, get to Typhon, get to him. Boom, game's over. So... And then Saturday will most likely be a multiplayer stream. I don't know what we'll be playing. I hope something fun. But you'll have to find out on Saturday for that. If you want to know what we're playing, you always have to join the Discord. You can follow me down on Discord, down the links down below on the description on the live stream down on YouTube. But you can also find it on Twitch here with all the socials. You can also find me on X, Blue Sky, as well. So if you want to find it there to do so, please. Also, if you want to check out the Fourth Wall store that has new stuff, I have the new mugs, or at least the new stainless steel water containers with the new updated logo to it. Really nice, better than the one we had before. So, and again, if you use the new shop 47 at checkout on the Fourth Wall store, you get 47% off your order. And that's a pretty good deal. It's almost 50% off, but say 47 because Alexman 47. That's the whole thing behind it, Bo. That being said, thank you for watching. We're out here on Twitch. We're going to raid somebody, and we'll see you again. And you guys for both YouTube and Twitch, I will see you guys back here with Open Guesser the next session, and hopefully we find State 33. Let us see here. Let's do... There's not much I know who's live right now that I can raid. There's a guy here, Anthem 89. He's doing some Fall Guys. Let's give him the love he deserves. Until next time, everybody, you guys have a fantastic night. Take care. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for Open Guesser. See you guys then. Ta for now, everyone. Have a good night. Stay safe. And have a good rest of your night.